As well as all the elements of the competency, there are also required skills and knowledge that you'll hopefully develop and be able to demonstrate to show that you can achieve this planning and organising work. Some of the key required skills for this element are communication skills to determine and confirm or clarify task requirements, so you can figure out what's needed and confirm or make sure you know and understand what's needed. Enable clear and direct communication using questioning to identify and confirm requirements, share information, listen and understand. So you're not just going to go, yep, right. You might use questioning to make sure you understand all the requirements. If the foreman asks you to do a task and then says, any questions, and you just sit there, then that's not going to be right. You need to say, yes, can I just check on that? Or no, I understand everything that needs to be done. You're being very clear about it. There's no ambiguity, so there's no confusion about this. Plan steps and organise work activities with others, so you can plan with other people the steps that need to be done. Use language and concepts appropriate to cultural differences, so you're trying to avoid jargon, slang, something that only you might understand, somebody from a different culture might not understand. If somebody's coming into this country, for instance, and they're trying to get into the industry, they're going to have to learn English, so trying to be as clear with your instructions in English is going to be the best way that everybody can communicate better. Use and interpret non-verbal communication, such as hand signals. Hand signals are going to be used all over the construction site. It's a loud environment, so hand signals are quite often ways that guys and girls will communicate on the work site. Written skills to complete workplace documentation. You need to write stuff up. You're going to have to fill out orders, safe work method statement, job safety analysis, reviews, evaluations, safety audits, all sorts of stuff. So you have to have those written communication skills. Evaluating your own actions and making judgments about performance and necessary improvements. They look for to make sure that you are good at self-evaluating, that you are going to, if you do something and it's not quite correct, you're hopefully going to pick up on that before somebody else and be able to make adjustments to what you do. Identifying and accurately reporting to appropriate personnel any faults in tools, equipment or materials. If you find a damaged cord, a damaged tool, a battery that's been punctured, a tool that has a cracked casing, you don't just put it back in the toolbox. You notify the foreman or the supervisor so that it can be checked, tagged, repaired before anybody else tries to use it. Interpret information relevant to the work activity, including plans, specifications and drawings and documentation from a variety of sources. So you'll hopefully be able to gather all the information and you can interpret, you can make sense of the information that's in all the plans and documentation. Teamwork skills to work with others, to action tasks and relate to people from a range of cultural and ethnic backgrounds and with varying physical and mental abilities. Teamwork is the biggest skill you're going to have for working in the construction industry. You're rarely going to be somebody who just works on your own. Even if you become a self-employed builder or plumber or electrician, you're going to have to work as part of a team when you go on site. You can't just go on and ignore everybody else. So teamwork, if you can't work well with others, construction is going to be a really hard area for you. Technological skills too. Use a range of mobile technology such as two-way radio and mobile phones. Quite often two-way radios are used on some sites because of distance, or if you're out in the country, mobile service may not be quite that good, but two-way radio will work within a work site. So you're going to have to demonstrate that you can use those things. And I think nowadays, just about everybody can use a mobile phone. They're so ingrained in our culture. Voice and hand signals to access and understand site-specific instructions. If you're out on a road crew, there might be specific hand signals because of the distance that you are. If you're guiding a truck or a crane or a forklift, there's going to be specific hand signals you might need to understand. Using time management techniques to organise and prioritise work. How can you manage your time well and come up with ways to manage your time well so that projects can run to plan. Required knowledge for this unit is work activity that needs to be planned and organised, so you need to understand the activity of what needs to be done. Work safety, environmental and quality requirements, so you can have knowledge of safety requirements, all the environmental requirements, basically tree preservation, runoff, protection of streams, sound, noise, dust, managing asbestos, those sort of things. And quality requirements, there's going to be specifications that you need to meet. It could be in the way that materials are prepared or the way that materials are assembled on site. So you need to have an understanding of what's required with all those things. Workplace personnel that are to be involved in planning and organised tasks, you need to know who needs to be involved in planning a task. You don't just go about it yourself. Who else needs to be involved if you're planning a task, if you're working on a building site, a large construction site, a roadwork site? There's going to be more than one person involved in the planning, and you need to understand who those people are. Workplace reporting requirements. You need to know who to report to if, again, like I said, damaged tools, but if there's an accident, if there's a dangerous situation, who do you report to, and do you understand who you need to report to?